All these people here tonight are excited to be resources for you. We're quite frankly just glad that you have chosen and excited that you've chosen to continue your education here at Barton College, whether it be in one of the graduate programs, one of the professional study programs. We are a community of learners, but I think even more importantly, we're a community of support. And so as we go through tonight's program, just keep in mind that the people you're going to meet tonight, the resources for you. If you have questions, certainly ask them tonight, but also write down our names and our contact information, and then reach out to us throughout the semester as questions come up. We're here to help you. We're here to pull for you, and we're excited for all the successes that you're going to have this semester and beyond. Welcome to Barton.
Thank you so much, Dr. Pennington. Many of you know Caroline from admissions, so I will let her or ask her now to officially welcome you all to Barton.
Good evening, everybody. I'm so excited to see you all. I've spoken to all of you at some point or emailed with all of you. And so just to see us all coming together tonight is just certainly an exciting thing. I welcome you on behalf of the Office of Admissions. I'm so glad you're here this evening. We're here, the orientation team, Jacqueline, to help the smooth onboard and transition to becoming an actual student and starting class here at Barton, sharing with you all the resources. We're here to help you throughout your educational journey at Barton College. Even though you'll be transitioning away from the admissions part of things, please know I'm here if you need to email me or call me. If you need help trying to figure out how to solve an issue or a question, I will remain available to you, of course. But I just welcome you, and I hope you all have a great semester and a great academic year at Barton. I just celebrated working here 19 years. I hope that's a testimony to how much I love the place, and I hope that gets you excited. We have a great team and a great staff and a great group of faculty here to help you through your journey. So again, welcome to Barton College.
That was perfectly said, Caroline. Thank you so much for that warm greeting for our students. My name is Jacqueline Fisher. I am the Director of New Student Orientation and International Initiatives. If you are on campus, you will find me in the library in the Office of Academic and Career Planning. I work with all students coming in their transitional time to work. So Caroline lets me know that you're here, and then I pick up working with you and send you emails for orientation. So I as well am so happy you're here this evening, and I am excited to share information about tonight's program with you. So just a few notes about this evening's program. Again, we are recording, so if you have any questions, we would like to ask that you hold your questions till the end of the program so that we don't get your questions, maybe personal information mixed in with the recording that would be shared out with other students. We would also appreciate very much if you would ensure that your name is correct with your first and last name in your participant box. This will help us move you to a breakout room for your program later if you need help doing that and you can't self-opt into one of the breakout rooms. So this evening we will hear from many campus partners who support our students for various things such as financial aid, student financial services, many different layers of technology services, including the LMS, Learning Management System, Campus Connect. We'll learn about our online bookstore, library services, and services that are also available to you through the Office of Academic and Career Planning. And once we have gone through and all of our campus partners have shared with you and you've had a chance to ask them questions, we will open up some breakout rooms for you to go into so you can meet in a smaller group with your faculty and program coordinators for your respective program that you're coming in for. If you are here as a part of the Master of Science of Kinesiology or the Masters of Business Administration and Strategic Leadership programs, we would love for you to stay through this first part of the program, part one, and then you have on-campus orientation part two for your program respectively later this month. And you are receiving correspondence from your program director and faculty from those programs to know where to meet and when to meet. If you do have any questions that you would like to ask this evening, you are welcome to jump into grad question breakout room so that we can help you. All right. So we are going to go straight into making sure you know all aspects of financial aid and student accounts. So with that, I would love for Ms. LaShawn to jump on.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me okay? Great. Okay. So yes, I am one of the assistant directors of financial aid here at the college, and As you can see, some of my roles include covering the state and federal grants, verification, as well as federal work study. My counterpart, Jared Peterson, he's the other assistant director here in the financial aid office, and he oversees the federal and private loans. Monica Moberg is our financial aid advisor. She oversees communications. So if you correspond with us via email, she's probably going to be your first point of contact. And depending on the gist of your email, that will determine whether she channels it out to either myself or Jared. And then some of us will respond to you accordingly. So in order to view your aid, once you have chosen to apply, if you choose to do so, you can navigate the portal as I've highlighted here. And hopefully this is somewhat helpful to you. But once you log in with your user ID from our Barton homepage, you'll just go into student info. From there, it will lead you to financial aid information. Once on the financial aid information section, the award that we've made you'll be able to view it from that point. You can also use this portal for communications. For example, if there are missing documents that you would need to provide, a lot of our professional students, as Caroline can attest to, will maybe have questions about the professional studies form that you have to complete. And that can be found on the website. And also any updates within your FAFSA application. If there are things needed to be updated, they would be present in the portal here as well. Speaking of the portal, speaking of your aid, in regards to what type of aid, you have federal loans that you can apply for by completing the 24-25 free application for federal student aid. Most of you may know it as the FAFSA, and you'll complete that by going to studentaid.gov if you haven't already done so. It will allow you to apply for the federal direct student loans. Typically, the direct student loans would be sufficient coverage. However, you do have another option that I'll speak on briefly in a moment, but the federal loans would be your primary go-to. And the FAFSA is the foundation in order to complete the process of a federal student loan. Studentaid.gov, again, is the website. If there are any of you who have not done so already, I would highly encourage you to go ahead and do that. Even if you choose not to complete a loan at this time, you may choose to use it or utilize the loan later in the semester. And yes, it is a little different this year. However, we don't want you to be intimidated by that because I am here to help you with that. If you're unable to get to campus, I am open to setting up a virtual meeting with you as well. So don't let the reluctance of the change be a hindrance because we can get you through the process. Next, please. Thank you. So private loans, that would be the other option that I referred to. But again, most of the time, the federal loan will take care of the coverage you'll need per semester.
Did we lose LaShawn?
Looks like she might be frozen.
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened, to be honest. I think our servers just restarted, and I'm gonna have to look as soon as I get off this meeting. But I'm David Graybill. I'm Executive Director of Technology Services, and one of the first things that you will log into on our campus is OneLogin, barton.onelogin.com. That is your portal to pretty much everything technology at Barton College. So this is where you will start. This was where you will control your password information and your multi-factor authentication, both very, very important. Once you log into OneLogin, you'll be required to set up your multi-factor authentication. We have 3 ways you can do that, and you don't have to just do one. You can do all 3. SMS text is a good one to do. You put in your cell phone number, and you will be texted a code whenever your account is locked or you forget your password or something happens to your password. You can reset it there and you will get a code, and that's SMS. With Google Authenticator or OneProtect, either one, it's an app you install on your phone. You open that app and you get a code that way. So
David, just so the students know where their profile is up top, that is where you can go to change your password when you log in to OneLogin if you ever need to change it.
Yep. Click on that and go to your profile, and that's where you find your password and multi-factor authentication information. Very important. Again, once you get into one login, we've highlighted some of the key areas that you'll be accessing often. Campus Connect, which Ms. Fisher is going to talk about shortly, as well as Canvas. And then I'm going to hit real quick on Google Suite and Office 365. Google Suite, everybody on campus has. That is where your email comes through Gmail. Also, you have Google Drive, which you have each student has up to 500 gig of storage. That's a lot. So store all your schoolwork there, your assignments there, use it to your advantage. You also have tools such as Google Docs, Google Sheets, Calendar, and Slides, which is how this presentation has been prepared. So take advantage of that. You have all of those tools. In addition to Google Suite, you also have a license to Office 365. Office 365 allows you to use tools such as Word, Excel, PowerPoint in the cloud, but you can also download Office onto up to 5 devices. So every student license allows you the ability to download Office to up to 5 devices. And that is free to all students for that license. Those are the highlights, and I'm going to pass it on back to, well, I'll mention this right here. If you ever need to contact Technology Services, there is the phone number. And also keep in mind to email a support ticket. You need to do that through your Barton email. You can't do that through a personal email address. You need to use your Barton email to submit tickets to support@barton.edu. But that is the easiest and quickest way to contact us with any issues. We're also located on the ground floor of Harper Hall if you want to stop by. And now I will turn it back over to Miss Jacqueline Fisher.
Thank you, Mr. Graybill. Yeah, so just so you know, to reiterate what Mr. Graybill said about the support tickets, it is very important that you email a support ticket if you need any help with your account. That's how they track everything, and between their staff, they know who's worked on your tickets. So they really do need you to do those support tickets in order to receive help from IT. So going into our learning management system, LMS, many of you may be familiar with using an LMS such as Canvas, especially our education students may be familiar with even Moodle. Canvas is a phenomenal tool. It's very, very easy to use. A couple of things I would like to point out for you to use or to take advantage of on your dashboard on the left-hand side. When you're looking at your dashboard, make sure that you are always clicking on publish courses, so your current courses. Sometimes you can go back and look at courses the faculty members may have allowed to not stay open, but allowed you to still see the material from it. Just make sure you're going to your published courses for that semester so that you can see your work. All faculty members on campus use Canvas for work submission or in-person classes. This is how we take attendance. So it's very, very important that you maintain constant logging in, checking Canvas frequently. Your dashboard should have all of your courses for each semester listed right there on your first screen. When you look at the dashboard, when you see the different options on the left of this screen, you'll see that there's a calendar option. You can link your Canvas calendar to your Google Calendar. As a faculty member and graduate of the MBA program here at Barton, I highly recommend linking your Google Calendar and your Canvas calendar. This way, anything that is populated from your courses in your Canvas calendar goes straight to your Google Calendar. And we all live by our calendars. So as long as you're checking your calendar every day, you should know when your assignments are due. You can also set reminders a week out or a month out if you need to work on those different assignments. Your inbox is another very important area of Canvas to pay attention to. Faculty members will send you messages through Canvas directly to your inbox or make announcements. It is, again, very, very important that you are checking those messages and checking your announcements. I suggest even if you don't work due on a Friday, still log in and just check your inbox. You never know when a faculty member may extend the due date for an assignment, and you don't want to miss that. I've done that for my students before and had students still, very urgently, submit assignments to me at midnight, the night before a class is due, when really it wasn't due for 2 more days. So you want to know that you have those extra days. You don't want to miss anything from your faculty. You can use Canvas as well to communicate with other members of your classes. So just know that, you can also go in and you can send announcements or send messages to other students in your class. When you think about using the studio area, That is, a lot of faculty members use the studio, record lectures, and you can also utilize it as a student. So it's another great tool if you need to ever make a recording. And then continuing on with important pieces of Canvas, these options here are things that you should see in every class. So your assignments, your pages, the different options as far as resources and modules. It is very, very important that you pay attention to that modules option. We are a modules focused campus. So all classes are taught in and all courses are outlined in various modules. So you should see segmented options of learning through each of your courses. It's very easy to navigate. Then through the modules, you'll also see your assignments due, but you can click on assignments and also see them in a different view. You can click on the calendar view and see your assignments. So just you are familiarizing yourself with this tool before you start class on August 26th. If you have questions, you are more than welcome to reach out to any of us on this call that are a faculty member, myself. You can also just go through, and there are various options to get help from the Canvas help. If you see that little question mark down at the bottom, you yourself can do some searches and find out different ways to learn how to navigate Canvas through that help option. I would love to encourage you as well to please set up notifications. It is extremely important that you have notifications set up, not just on your mobile device, but on your PC or your MacBook. That is because notifications will be different between your actual phone or your device that you use to do your work on. So I have push notifications on for everything in Canvas. If a student sends a message or if another faculty member sends an announcement, I get those on my phone. You can also set up notifications in your phone so that you can receive push notification when something is graded. You can do the same thing with your notifications on your actual device. You can receive emails, you can receive the calendar reminders, but you do want to make sure that you're going in and you're setting up notifications in both devices so that you are not missing any pertinent information from your faculty members. If you do have questions about the LMS, about Canvas respectively, you can call this 1-800 number. You can use that chat link, which is also in Canvas, or you can ask your instructor. If you need help with a password, please remember that One Login houses your Canvas login. So Barton One Login houses your Canvas login. So Canvas cannot help you, the Canvas help desk cannot help you reset your password for Barton One Login. All right, Campus Connect. I do think that most of you have logged in and taken a look at Campus Connect so far. This is going to be kind of a quick little run through of the tabs that you will use the most as a student. You'll see the tabs highlighted at the top: academic info, TechoPlace, and student info. These tabs are most used by students. And Crystal, I think, was able to jump back on, so we will go backwards in the presentation so she can talk the business office information. Hypothetically, if you want to see how much you owe for the semester, you'll go One Login, click on the Campus Connect tile, then click on the student info tile, and then over on that left-hand column, you'll click on business information, and business office information. And then you can see your statement. You can have that go through and you can see it by semester by semester. You can see your entire statement through your history. If you have scholarships or grants or loans, you can see that through your financial aid information link through the student info tab. But another thing that's really important about the student info tab is that you can see your courses for the semester. So if you click on it right now, you won't see any courses. You would actually have to make sure you're clicking on the correct semester. So you can click on this semester or the future semester to see what courses you are enrolled in. There's also an option over on the left-hand side that says transcript. If you ever need an unofficial transcript, that is where you would find that. And, it's encouraged to take a look and maybe save your transcript every semester so you can also keep up with your credits, just see how your GPA is calculated, etc. So this is a very important tab for you to use in Campus Connect. And then the student info tab also will allow you to see, and I need to move some things around on my home screen. Bear with me just one moment. You can see course needs. You can see your course schedule in a different view, course needs will get you through your advising, what you need to finish your program or finish your licensure. Course by course, you can get a PDF of that and look at it. Again, that's another great thing to look at every advising season with your faculty to know exactly how far into progress you are. And then I feel like there's one more thing I wanted to say about this. When you go to, most of you each semester will work with a faculty member who will help advise you for the next semester. Some of you will be auto put into classes if you're in a cohort hypothetically or a very regimented program. Some of you will need to register for classes, which would be under that academic info tab, but your advisor will work with you in your advising session to make sure that you understand how to register for classes. And if you ever need additional help with that, I would love to invite you for a virtual call with anyone in my office in academic and career planning or your faculty member to learn how to search for classes, etc. under the academic info tab. All right. That was a lot of information. So now that you know how to find your schedule, Dr. Kaiser is going to tell you where to find your books.
Thank you, Jacqueline. Yes. So I'm Dr. Kaiser. I'm Associate Vice President of Academic Affairs and Dean of the School of Arts and Humanities. And part of what I get to do is help manage our virtual bookstore. So we do not have an on-campus bookstore. We do have a store where you can go and purchase some Barton swag, but our textbooks are partnered through a company called Vital Source. So when you go to log in using your Barton username and password, same thing that you use for one login, this actually is your home screen and what it would look like. The next page shows you what it would look like once you're fully logged in. So the great thing about this company is that it will take the information of what your schedule is, and you'll see it over there on the left-hand side where it says My Courses. Your schedule will be there, the classes that you are enrolled in. And then on the right-hand side, you will see text or two or none or three associated with that course that we're looking at. So for example, the biology course there, you can see it has 2 textbooks associated with it. And you can see off to the side in that red box that there are a multitude of options for one of those texts in particular. So our virtual bookstore, you have the ability to get new textbooks. So hard copy, never been touched by another person, delivered to you. You can have access to used textbooks that are typically a little cheaper than that new. In some cases, we have textbooks that you can rent. So again, they can be shipped to you, or they could be a rental of a digital text, an ebook. And then Marketplace is like Amazon of textbooks. So these are vendors that are vetted by academos, and they are oftentimes, again, sometimes the cheapest options of how to get your textbooks. So if we were live on our homepage and could look at it, when you click on Marketplace, like it says, there's 21 other sellers. It would kind of open up and you would have all these different options, probably ones that are gently used, more used than others, and a variety of different prices. The difference with Marketplace is the shipping is something that you have to keep an eye on because it is from other sellers outside of academos. You need to be mindful of that shipping range. So if you need the textbook Friday and it's Monday and it says 2 weeks, I would probably opt not to use the Marketplace option. So our virtual bookstore, again, offers you the ability to order online, to have those textbooks, if they're hard copies, shipped directly to you, either on campus through our on-campus post office or at your residence. If they are e-texts, you'll have a code sent to you, and you can access those texts through your Canvas course. Also, they are housed under that help button. So you don't have to go back, Jacqueline, but at the very first slide, there was a line across the top, at the far right, there was login, but there was one that said help. When you go to help, actually, it has an e-library there for you as well. So it houses it's actually the slide right before that one. It houses, right there, it houses your e-text there. So if you ever get lost and you can't find your text, that help button is a great place to go to. So we offer the textbooks in a variety of different sources. Like I said, we've got new, used, ebook, and rental. And help, the 24/7 option for help, Again, you can contact me. My information is on the next slide. Or you can go back again to that homepage, that landing page for the bookstore, which is barton.textbookx.com. And you can go to the help page there and receive help. But also a good resource is your instructor as well. Again, if you're having issues finding the text, ordering the text, finding your e-text, you can always ask your instructor and he or she could direct you to me as well if you have issues. But that is our textbook bookstore in a nutshell.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kaiser. I am going to take a couple of moments and skip backwards for our friends from Student Account Services and Financial Aid to finish up. So, LaShawn, if you are on here, I did share your information here. Did you have anything before you were so unpolitely kicked out of the call that you wanted to say to the students?
Well, luckily, I think I got through the gist of what I was sharing with them. I think the last thing I wanted to share was the website fastweb.com, which is a site that will allow you an opportunity to seek outside scholarships. It can be a bit overwhelming, so I would recommend maybe 1 or 2 daily, but that is an option if you like to pursue aid beyond what we can offer you here in the office.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
again, yeah, there's their contact information. Staff in financial aid are absolutely wonderful and very helpful. So if you need anything, emailing that email address, you will get a response fairly quickly.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Crystal Mitchell. I'm the Director of Student Financial Services here at Barton College. And Julia Harold will be the main person in contact when it comes to communication over the phone here at Barton College. We have our contact information located here, our phone number, email address, and our hours of operation. We do, however, ask that you allow us at least 24 hours to give you a contact back because this is our busy season at the moment and we're just an office of 2. So what our office normally do is basically manage your student account. We keep your billing statement up to date, in which you do have access to review this online on Campus Connect and via NailNet. We contact you twice a week about your student account if it's delinquent at any time. We process student refunds every week, and we also counsel students on other ways to pay your student account balance. There are 4 ways to actually pay your student account. Ms. LaShawn discussed the first way, which is via financial aid. And if it covers the majority of your financial aid, your charges, then you're good to go with our office. The second way to pay your student account balance is through VA or the GI Bill. We have a VA certifying officer here on campus named Sheila Mill, and she's out the country right now, but she should be back either later this week or next week, in which she will help you set that up and we'll bill for your tuition and fees, and they will pay us directly. Third way is my favorite way, and I always say this during orientation presentations, is pay it all in full. That way you won't hear from my office and I won't bug you about, hey, your account is delinquent. You can just pay your account in full by the deadline. And the fourth way is via payment plan. There is a $50 enrollment fee to set up the payment plan, in which it's too late to do the 5-month payment plan now. However, you can set up the 4-month payment plan. We'll divide your total amount into 4 payments, making your first payment due September 1st, and it's an auto draft. Our third-party NailNet will handle that payment. Just a few reminders. So school starts in a couple of weeks, and a week before school start, you will hear about book vouchers. If your financial aid is an overpayment on your student account, our office will process the book voucher, and you'll have an email from either our office or Academos with the financial voucher number, and you will log into the website that Dr. Kaiser talked about earlier, and you will put in that voucher ID number to purchase your books. Is then shipped to the address of your choice. Lastly, credit balance refunds. Again, if your financial aid is finalized, you have money left over from the book voucher, and they still give you a credit on your student account, we'll process your account 14 days after the first day of class for a refund. We'll send you an email to let you know when the refunds are available in our office. You'll bring your student ID. Everyone should have a student ID. And show it to Miss Julia Harold, and we'll give you your check. Again, here's our contact information, our phone number, email address, If you're on campus, I'm located in room 117. Miss Julia Harrell is located in room 113. That's where you will do your transactions when you pay on your student account. So I look forward to seeing you guys around campus if I'm on campus. So good luck this fall semester and welcome again.
Thank you so much, Ms. Mitchell. All right, so I think the last part of information we're going to talk about before we move on to our program meetings are services that are offered from the library. So I would love for Ms. Spate to share about the services that are available to you as an online or on-campus student.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Nisha Spade, and I'm the Technology and Grants Librarian at Barton College, and I'm going to share with y'all our services for you to use this upcoming semester. So on our first slide, we have my team, Dean of Hackney Library, Rob Cagna, Rich Fulling, who is the Collections and Access Services Librarian, Norma Williams, who is the Associate for Collections and Access Services, and of course, me, Technology and Grants Librarian. So our next slide, as you can see, this is our homepage, a snippet of our homepage, and it's divided into 4 sections, and I'll just quickly go over which each section has on it. So for the library information, we have our circulation policies on there, how to reserve a room. So if any of y'all happen to step on campus and want a quiet place to study, you can reserve one of our study rooms that are available upstairs on the 2nd floor. On our library information section, we also have a mission statement. We have hours and directions on how to get to the library. So just general information or how to print and also scan. So just general information of our different ways to use the library on campus. Next will be for the research for classes. That's where you will find our HC database list, everything from history to theater to arts to psychology to exercise science. It has all the information that you need, especially for your major. There's also our search catalog. So if you're looking for a book in our catalog, you can search that as well where you are. And another thing I want to make mention too is when you go onto our databases, you'll be asked to log in. We'll ask for your username and password, and your username will be your first initial, your middle initial if you have one, and your last name. You don't have to put @bulldogs.barton.edu. You don't have to put that, just your first initial, your middle initial if you have one, your last name, and your password is whatever you've created. So right after that, subjects, courses, and topics. So for subjects, that's pretty much a list of all the majors, and we have like information from like our databases to videos to articles. For our topics, that's like our APA or MLA guidelines, and for the courses, so we have information for specific courses. We're still adding more courses to that list. So if you don't see your course listed, don't worry about that. You should find information on the subjects. Just look for your major under such subjects, and you can find all the resources there. And then the citation tests and other help. If you need help formatting your MLA or APA or Chicago, whatever writing style your professor assigns you, you can find all that information under citations, tests, and other help. So research support. Even if you don't step on campus, we can still help you. We can do one-on-one assistance over the phone. I had one student not that long ago call me. She had an issue logging in, I think, to one of the databases, and I walked her through it, and she was able to access it. So please don't hesitate to call us or to email us, and I'll give her that contact information after I'm done with my presentation. We also have interlibrary loan services. So if we don't have a book in our catalog that you need, you can fill out a interlibrary loan, also known as ILL form, which will be on our website. And interlibrary loan is basically we request a book from another library, and they mail the book to us, and then we give to you, and they have a deadline for when a book needs to be returned, and then you give it back to us and we give it back to them. So that's basically how it works. So please use that. It's a great resource. Also, if you're on campus, we have our rare books We have our special collections. We have rare books and our special archival collection. And I highly encourage you to use that. It's really a cool room. It has a British and Scottish literature. That's where our rare book room is. And we also have our college archives. And also, I want to make mention that some of the research that I'm mentioning is on our homepage. So I have like the direct links because I know there's some students who don't know how to navigate our website. So I made it easier for them by putting the most important things that they would need on our homepage. This summer I've been redesigning our website. So please check that out. And yes, please just check our special collections because not many students know that we have a rare book room. So I've been trying to promote that so that more students will check it out. And next we have our library hours. So for the fall and spring semester, our hours will be Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 11 p.m., Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Sunday, 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. And that is subject to change for if we go on fall break, Thanksgiving, Christmas, Martin Luther King. So as it stands right now, these are the regular hours unless we are, like I said, on break. So if you all are on campus or happen to stop by, we have a Learning Commons, which is on the first floor. And when you walk in the library, it's going to be immediately to your left. We also have, to your far left, we also have a learning cafe, which as soon as you walk in, that's immediately to your left. And it's a great place to study. You can eat there. You can eat on the first floor. And we also have tables. Some of them have write erase boards, so you can write on the tables if you want to study that way. We also have whiteboards that you can roll as well if you want to use that. The first floor is also a social floor, so you can talk. Our second floor is the quiet zone. So if you don't mind a little chatter and you want to study on the first floor, you're more than welcome to do so. And we also have drinks and snacks as well if you get hungry. And I went ahead myself. Yes, so the second floor is the quiet zone. And that's where all our books are, on the second floor. And we have small cubicles. We have individual study rooms. We have a large room that's like a study room / a meeting room that you can reserve as well if you want to use that. And if you need any help, please call us or drop by. Our circulation reference desk number is 252-399-6500, or you can email us at library@barton.edu. That your email will be sent to the four of us, me, Dr. Cagna, Mr. Fulling, and Ms. Williams. It'll be sent to all four of us, and one of us will contact you as soon as possible. And as I said, please look at our pages, which is on our website, barton.lebguides.com. And that's all I have to share with you all. Again, please don't hesitate to contact us if you have any questions, and I will turn it back to Jacqueline.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nija. All right, so the final campus partner that we are going to talk about this evening is the Office of Academic and Career Planning and Orientation. So my office is physically in the library, so I get to see Nija every day. So we do share a small corner of the library where my staff works to make sure that you are prepared academically with advising, etc., as well as career and grad school preparedness. So Angie Waston is the assistant vice president. She just got a title change, so I got to get into the routine of saying her new title. But she is our supervisor. She is our fearless leader over there, and she has a lot of expertise with anything career related. So she shares out a lot of information to students about finding on-campus employment through Handshake, which is our platform that we use to promote on-campus employment and some off-campus employment, as well as some internships. And she will also work with you to help build your resume, looking for grad schools, internship placement, etc. She's phenomenal at many things, but that is her specialty. That is me again, working with you now for new student orientation. I also work with students who are interested in studying abroad while they are a student at Barton College. And I work with a very specific group of students at Barton, our F1 international students. Ms. Roberta Drawn works with students who may need some support academically. She also is facilitating our tutoring center, so our on-campus tutors, working with our supplemental instructors this semester, as well as she kind of does some behind-the-scene things, looking at some retention numbers and enrollment things, but she is a very good resource if you need help, maybe syllabus mapping or getting organized, making sure that you are prepared academically. Ms. Drawn is your person to go to. Andrea Cothrell is our Director of Academic Advising. So she works with faculty members with advising preparation, as well as provides a layer of secondary support across campus for advising. If you have questions about anything, about adding a program, etc., or looking at continuing on, Andrea is a great resource for you to look at. She also works with students as well as faculty in all things with degree planning. So some of the things that we want you to take away from thinking about OACP are discovering, experiencing, planning, and connecting. So again, when you discover at Barton, we want for you to think about career exploration. We do have an assessment that is available if you want to take it to make sure that you may be going into the correct field. Even with, in your MBA or, within kinesiology, we can kind of even pigeonhole it a little bit more for you to look at maybe careers or opportunities that you had not before based on that assessment. We can, again, help you with career advising, and not only major fairs, which is typically more geared toward our traditional undergraduate students, but we will share information out about various career fairs. And then with your experience, we really want to ensure we are connecting you with internships that are available to you, as well as if you have an opportunity to take advantage of student employment. And when you think about planning, we will support you with your resume, cover letter, preparation, making sure it's in the right format, that you are using those keywords from your job, the job postings that you're applying for. There are various mock interview opportunities, as well as polishing that LinkedIn account and being prepared for graduate school. And then once you are ready to go out and look for jobs, when you finish your time at Barton, we can help you connect with alumni, and Ms. Walston can help you with very specific job search strategies within your program or your discipline. And again, going back to that resource, Handshake that we use not only provides an opportunity for you to look for on-campus employment, but there are internships and other employment opportunities listed on Handshake, not just in Wilson. Sometimes there could be opportunities listed across the state, regionally, or even, students have found internships maybe in another state through Handshake. This is the main contact information for our office. If you have any questions about anything related to academic planning or career services, you're more than welcome to email academicplanning@barton.edu. You can also just email orientation@barton.edu, and we will make sure that your questions get answered. If not by a member of our staff, then we will resource you to a member of our campus to help you. And at this time, I am going to stop our recording, and we're going to ask if you have any questions for you to ask of our campus partners.